Hey everybody, I'm Razmeek, and today I have prepared for you a detailed analysis of the full 73 episode of Skibidi Toilet. In this episode, we saw the reveal of the characters, as well as we have confirmed our exclusive information, because yesterday we have information that will be in the full version. In this video, we, according to Dafuk Boom, saw the real ending, which was supposed to be in the second part of the 73 episode. I will say right away that the end of this version surprised me a lot. Before analysis, don't forget to put a like on the video, as well as write your impressions about this episode. Well, in this video, we will find out who is this mysterious TV man and what did he really say? What was oozing from the camera woman's hand? What are these people doing here? Why they only showed up now? And why some of them won't survive. This and much more in this video. Don't forget to give it a like and also watch this video from beginning to end so you don't miss any hidden details. Let's get started. During the fight between G-Man and the Titans, some fragments were changed. For example, this moment when the Titan Speaker Man defends himself from G-Man. If we compare the new version with the old one, we will notice a small detail. Namely, we will see how G-Man bites off the right leg of the Speaker Man and then throws it away. And here is the same moment, but in the full version of episode 73. As we can see, here Dafuk made more qualitative, as well as animations are more realistic. But this is not all the changes. Also at the very end, when we are shown a wounded TV Man Titan, we notice the places of his wounds. Recall that in the old version of TV Man had no fire on his body, but in the full version, as we can see, TV Man has small lights. So Dafuk wants to show that TV Man Titan was also wounded. But of course his wounds won't compare to the other Titans, as Cameraman and Speaker Man Titan were more seriously wounded than TV Man Titan. At 8 minutes, the second part of episode 73 ends, and an additional scene has already begun. In these shots, we notice the critical wounds to Titan's cameraman. As we can see, the cameraman is missing the right turbine in his neck, and the most serious is the core. We see that G-Man specifically aimed at cameraman's core. Luckily, G-Man was unable to completely damage Titan's core. In addition, we notice that cameraman is missing his left leg. Those who watched my analysis will remember that cameraman lost his left leg because of a toilet with 250,000 tons of TNT. Despite this, the Titan rises and takes his leg, on which he rests. Next, we notice Titan's spokesman, who is also critically wounded. His right arm is blown through and, like cameraman, he is missing his left leg. Speaker Man's core looks better than cameraman's. In addition, he is also missing the jetpack he is flying. The cameraman, after seeing his friend, picked him up with his claw and put him on his back. Then they went on foot and very carefully, most likely, to the base, to the agents, to be fixed and improved. By the way, I've talked about this in previous videos. You can watch it on the channel. Then Camera Woman from the roof lands on the ground and joins the agents. And as I said in the previous video, the episode continues from that point, and the agents move towards the entrance of the Skibidi base of toilets. But suddenly, some new character appears that looks like a race of TV man. He gets in the way of Camera Woman and says, "I know who it is," or "I know who is this." Maybe he knows G-Man, or I have mistranslated this phrase. If you have another version, please write in the comments. If you zoom in, you can see that this TV man has a purple glow on his screen. In addition, this TV man has purple lines on his hands. This new character is actually very interesting. It's weird, but we never really thought about this character. Look, we currently have 3 races of agents: the cameramen, the speakermen, and the TV-mens. Each has their own Titan, each has a female agent, and each has a special character.
Cameramen have Plunger Man and speakers have Black Speaker.
But we never thought about what the TV man character was. And as it turns out, the TV mans have a character just like that. Too bad he didn't get to meet Plungerman and Black Spiker. Then after meeting this agent, Cameraman has something on his right arm that stands out. Some say it's blood, and some say it's oil. I always stick to the theory that all agents are robots created by humans, so I exclude the first option and leave only the oil option. Next, the very engineer she reached out to for help approaches the camera woman. The engineer very quickly stopped the release of oil and thus temporarily repaired camera woman's arm. And by the way, she lost her hand when cameraman lost his leg to that skibidi of an explosive toilet. Next, the engineer is attacked by a wounded hybrid Skibidi Toilet. As we notice, something is also oozing out of this toilet, and the source as we see it is the toilet. A brown-colored liquid is oozing out from inside the toilet. Most likely it's... Okay, that's not important. Let's see what happens next. A TV woman teleports in from behind, strikes the toilet, and finally fries it with his yellow glow. As we remember, the TV man has another ability that other TV mans don't have, and that is the ability to fry. And so she takes advantage of this ability and destroys this toilet. Then we see her condition on the screen. As we can see, she's very tired. And it's not surprising because she somehow managed to survive the soft landing. The most important thing is that she survived. Further to the right, the agents heard the sounds of gunfire, and their target changed direction. In this shot, you can also see graffiti showing the TV Man logo. The graffiti was done recently, as we're noticing the paint swelling here. We didn't see where the TV man moved to, but most likely she teleported to follow the camera woman. And the camera woman flew to the sound of gunfire. Fun fact, you can find a street camera that's just fixed on the wall. Or Skibidi Toilets visibly destroyed the agent and hung it on the wall for all to see. But unlikely. After she landed, bloodstains can be seen on the right. Next, once the camera woman opened the doors of the Skibidi base, to the right she noticed two toilets that had destroyed one person a few minutes ago. Here, that man was down on the right, and he was an unusual man but a scientist. You can see that this man was alive a few minutes ago, as his body is still fresh, which is not the case with the people who were on the other base. I mean, Episode 68 and Episode 69. And of course, the camera woman destroyed those two toilets. But in addition to those two toilets, there were two other toilets, one on the bottom and one on the top. But both of them were neutralized. One got a plunger in his mouth, the other was destroyed with a cannon. Further on in the colliders, we can notice another man, but this time a civilian. As we notice, he had an AK-47 assault rifle on his hands, as well as an earpiece. Well, he needed the rifle for protection, but as we can see, he could not resist these toilets, and unfortunately, he was destroyed. This man's body is also fresh, which means that these shots were fired by this man. But that's not all. So do we notice he's wearing headphones that most likely protect against the Skibidi virus. As we know, people turn into Skibidi Toilets when they hear a viral song. But if no one listens to that song, they won't get infected. Well, to the left we notice closed doors. But for some reason, the camera woman decided to check this room. Turns out the doors were locked and she had to kick the doors in. And that's when I was shocked. It was the first time since episode 11 that we'd seen live people. It was very surprising to me. Here we noticed 8 living people, but that's 8 so far. I'll tell you an interesting detail soon. There are different people here, military, civilians, scientists. This means one thing. All these people, these are all survivors. It's not a special some government squad, it's specifically survivors, as they are all different, but there is one among them who is likely to become infected soon. I mean, pay attention to this. Everyone has protective earmuffs on their ears, but not this person. I think as early as episode 74, we see the man turn into a Skibidi Toilet. Unfortunately, this person is wearing a scientist costume. Doesn't that mean the toilets will have another scientist besides this one? I don't know. I'll wait for your versions in the commentary. And of course, we have to look at people's phrases. Once the survivors saw it wasn't a Skibidi Toilet, they stopped shooting. This man in uniform is their leader because they obey his orders. He is the one who stopped firing at the cameraman. Next, he asks her a question. "You're us, aren't you?" To which the camera woman responds with a barking gesture, which means an affirmative answer. And yes, we almost forgot. Usually, before analysis, we traditionally look at the description under the video. And maybe you didn't know, but the fuck leaves a secret message in the description under his videos every time, and even sometimes edits it after it's posted, like he did in the previous episode. Then we notice this text that says, Titans confront G Toilet while cameramen infiltrate last piece of Skibidi Lab. What do you think will happen next in episode 74? There will be a video about it on the channel soon. Subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell so you don't miss this video. I would be very pleased if you liked these videos. Well, with you was Razmeek. I'll see you all very soon. See you all soon. Bye.